Wow, okay, thank you. And the first man that we actually talk good about my new hairstyle. Um, it be funny say some people in my face recognize me even from my own house. I'm going to talk about that one for today. Well, I want to make this one a very short show. I want to make this one a very short and precise show, just like when I see for the title what I put them on board. Say the assurance of the victory over desperate La Republique. Yes, Papa and Mommy them. If you see me, I come for the late hours, so for come, say me could talk. You know, say some important thing the way I want to bring them out to the people. In Gabo love, Leva so know my brother. He said, you must shave Korobo. Ngabo love, now you go kill me, oh. No crucify me, oh. Ambazonia, if you kill me, Ambazonians go kill you, oh. Yes, okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Mommy and Papa them, my wonderful people from Ambazonia. I bring for you this special short message today. I just click on the share button as you join. Just click on the share button. More share them. More make them very short. It'll be more than 20 minutes. More make them very short. You see, now right away I no enter studio. I just decide for come directly here from my home office here. I know this for going to studio. So yes, country people them. I want to show on one thing. The victory we would get them right now over Ambazonia. And I want to look out some small things and way for the revolution. It get to be very, very essential for us to understand the dynamics of what is happening. You know, say, if you understand the dynamics of which way they happen, of what is happening in a kind of fight like this one, in this kind of a struggle, it will always give you the assurance. You see, it will always give you the assurance of the things the way that they happen and of the future. Now, why the way I title and say the assurance of the victory of Ambazonia over desperate La Republique. If you see things the way La Republique do, like for instance, you see, say, La Republique don't act all this drama. It signifies something very important. Well, we the Ambazonian people get to understand. First of all, I want to recognize the fact, say, we don't fight this war now for a long period of time. This war will not be prepared for the war. Our brothers them and sisters them, they will not be trained. They will not be there in preparation of this war. This war take we unaware. In the sense, say, you know, the pain we don't be in the heart of the people for so long. You know, in those days when we study geography, magma, where you don't be under the earth rocks them for long, it burst as lava. You see. So this war take we in an unaware state. We'll not be there prepared. No man will go do some education for know how to fight the revolution, for fight La Republique. So the best would make them out of it. Now the result will get them now. So because the war take we in an unprepared state, would they fight them with the best of all we will get? And I want to use this one for acknowledge a couple of things. One, the resilience and the sacrifice of each and every one of you will watch me right now. Each and every one Ambazonian. The one that for Gun 0, the one that for Gun 1, every Ambazonian, to be real, to be candid, every patriotic Southern Cameroonian or Ambazonian, it pay an ultimate price for this revolution. We are all paying the price by one way or another. Some of when they pay the price, we say, when I get to take care for some of our refugees, then, when I get to take care for some of our family, then when they be internally displaced, when I get to take care for sick people, when I go extra miles. Now, before, you will send maybe 100,000, maybe take care for few people. Now, when a house don't be populated with other family members, they don't be internally displaced. So you must take care for more people. You are paying the price by one means or another. So I want look in an inclusive picture. So all of us will be somehow in this war, will be somehow affected. Even the wonderful Gonzalo, and this is a special message to all of us because I want to appreciate firstly every Ambazonian, every Southern Cameroonian. where it strongly stand with the people of Ambazonia, the people back home, the ground one, the institutions of the revolution, and of course the different entities and leaders. Me will say and say Ambazonia in our future. Me will say and say we fight for something better. You think say if your country be defined, if you live, they do the kind of job for the place where you do, you stay for the place where you stay. Ambazonia get educated brains them way that they out there. They go like for go back home, go impact their land with the knowledge where they get them. But because that foundation no be, that grounds no there. If you listen to Maurice Kamto, his speech we make today, where I get the audio, the video, I know we'll play for the show. You can see the cry of a dying man. He recognized the dying nature of La République du Cameroun. Even him, Maurice Kamto, he recognized they don't die. You see, I want comment on which way Mayor say. He say every family is paying a price, directly or indirectly, and that's true. Every family. So a person say my voice is low. My voice is low. If we're maybe at the late night, now already past 11 for night, I want presume say when I first get me. So when I first get me. So if you say anybody if you get me well, when I let me know, just bear with me. It's late in the night, and I've had a very tiring day. But I decided I get to come talk for my people because I never be live all these days then. And I want to bring this very special message. This is a message of assurance and encouragement. And I will tell you some secret things and will be very necessary. Me wanna understand her. Now, my papa and my mommy, my brothers and sisters, I be encourage all we and to recognize all our inputs them. All of us were inputs for the revolution. All of us were contribution for the revolution. Now, no matter what kind of contribution we give into the revolution, I don't want you relent your effort. But you think, say, oh, my contribution be small, if it make a change. No, if it make a change. And I want you to understand, say, you are doing the right thing to save a dying people, a suffering people. You see, so don't relent your effort. But the assurance for this now, it's the victory of Ambazonia. So I want to tell us, I want to talk about I want to give us the assurance. Now, I will talk about, say, this war meetup we in a state where we're not prepared. You see, La République, they don't always think it will be business as usual. They will just come in, use their brutality, with the help of France, for eradicate the people of Ambazonia. But their greatest shock now the resilience of the Ambazonian people. Now, this boils down to the next point. This war, who the fight with La République, now a war way, I call them for pigeon, say the war of endurance. Me say, man way, he go resist long and lengthly. Man way, he go put it kube for down strong. Now he go win. And the assurance who will get them so they win. Now, point number one, see what La République they do. La République, they don't become desperate for the level where they don't go take chiefs there. They take chiefs them now when I be them. Imagine that image. You see that chief when he be then I be. Since when a chief, no, when I think chief will know for our African culture, for our Ambazonian culture, who a chief be. May I address this matter for this chief then? I know say plenty others them they don't address them, and I like their ideologies. But something that I'm gonna say. Imagine. Say a chief go leave a chiefdom, he go stay for La République. Why? Question number one, why? Wait till go cause a chief. Where he claims he did for the people, with the people. He go leave. Now just think about him. He go leave a chiefdom. He go stay with La République. Think about him. Like Papa and Mommy, you go be inside your house. You get your picking them inside house. Because for our African culture, for our Ambazonian culture, chief they like Papa for family, for village. You, Papa, you could just leave your picking them inside house. And in the state where war there and problem there, you left them. Then you run go for a foreign house. You go stay there. Until they start sending you out of that foreign house. Now a shame to the chiefs of La République of Ambazonia. Or they funds them. And due to this, Ambazonian people, they don't show we say they're not there for the Ambazonia people. The fact say, no, because we get some chiefs the way they still remain. And funds the way they will remain with their people. They say they're not going to left their fondoms. And they're not going to left their chiefdoms. You see, now in time of trial and test, you didn't know your true friends. You didn't know a true leader. You didn't know the true color of people, whether they deal with you or not. You see, the chiefs there, or funds there, where they leave Ambazonia, they go for La République. By the fact that they leave Ambazonia, they run their own house. They leave the people. They go for La République. They make themselves automatically enemies of the people. They don't stand with the people. They don't give the people any guidance. Instead, they go partake and they go take side with La République. When I don't forget, say, Paul Biabuan always use that indirect rule. Now, why there was some few years back, he be bring in a system, say, go to pay chiefs them. You see, the chiefs them become happy, they glad they go to pay them, government go to pay them. Imagine, you be government worker, government they pay you. It be then a manipulated strategy where Paul Biabuan use them as an indirect rule over the chiefs them. So, it only work set to a certain degree. Now, it makes some of these chiefs them, they don't become so politically affiliated. Now, they don't lose the love for their people. They don't enter politics. Most chiefs for southern zones, the La République mentality don't manipulate them. You know, mostly for the Bakure chiefs them. They always go seek for help for land. They go and go seek for newly out. You know, and now say don't make them, they don't go enter politics. But I want to make this thing very clear, a clear message to all these chiefs there. They don't forsake with the people. And any chief, if we don't leave a chiefdom, you go for La République. May you know say, I see they come back now, it come as an enemy to the people of Ambazonia. And we go treat it as such. We go treat it as such. Because all the while we don't live without them. So if the guy will get shame, say Ambazonian people don't live without them, we do not get use for the people again. So they are coming back to do what, to rule what, to rule who, for talk for who, for God who, for do it. All this while we do not they in place, they don't just show we say they be useless. Because one will be need them for talk, for the international community, for the world on our plight. The chiefs were not there. So I want to make this very clear. I don't see some 1 and B. Now, if you look that thing, it'll be very funny. You go see with a B uniform, and then you see it go talk, say be chief, it be this. It's stupid. But the game will like public the plan for you. When I see some of these young guys there, mostly in the southern zone, you see, La République don't play a strong game with the chiefs there. Mostly for gain lands. Now, what do you see? SDO or GO or personally at Tanganji. Most of these chiefs, when they want to get their newly out there, they go follow, they will go make strong ties with the GOs, governor, mayors, all these people, because they is seek for get those lands then. And when they get those lands then, they will get now a tie with the government. Indirectly, the government they manipulate their decisions. Now, what I used to say, inside the southern zones, most of those chiefs, and mostly the Bakure chiefs, then, they be so much or highly politically affiliated with the corrupt regime of La République du Cameroon. And I want most of them for that Boya area and the rest, they don't always be a target of the restoration forces. Not be said the people don't hit them. Now, because of the way these chiefs and they behave, and their way that they do, that they maltreat the people. Now, I can't see this one, they run him up the other day. He talk against Ambazonians. He say he get juju, he get this, he get that. Seriously. Seriously. No, for any individual where he be mature, where he gets sense, you know if he ever come for public for make those kind of utterances. And that particular chief wouldn't declare inside the southern zone a persona non grata. Yes, that means Mr. Nanchop talking. Any chief will follow that route. And any chief we don't leave Ambazonia. Just like Ekema, we don't leave Ambazonia. Go to stay for refugee camp for inside Douala. It only come for can torment the people. We will not go tolerate it inside the southern zone or the northern zone of Ambazonia. We shall not. We will not tolerate them. You see, we will make sure say we deal with them accordingly. So, well, person like this, Muja, I say call yourself or whatsoever, I don't waste my time for respond for you with words. We go respond for you with action. You know, I see the run him up for social media. I should say, if you're hungry for dream beer with Ekema. So, go help me go drink beer take him quick. Now order will talk accordingly. But the assurance I want to give my people them from Ambazonia, say when you start see La République, they do the kind of thing and the kind of people that they make so you get to understand say you there on the path of victory. I be don't tell you say the war now war of endurance. La République no fit enjoy the war again. Listen, take my words, Mr. Nanchop. La République no fit sustain the war again for the next 1 year. The Ambazonia revolution no go be again the next 1 year. We get two things that we get for do now. We get for increase the economic sabotage. One of the hindrances we don't get them for, we don't do a lot of things the way it hurt La République, it crumble La République. But some of the hindrances we don't make La République nobody feel that pain to the highest effect now because of internal enablers. It be rather sad say, whenever we fight for something good, some people they fight for too good for them, they fight for their own personal gain. Without the internal enablers for the revolution, we don't go far for the revolution. We don't go far. Just imagine the internal enablers as they pull we back, they hinder we, they push we back, they fight against we, they be our own hindrance for the revolution. Just imagine, say, or if they be take their energy, that energy and time that they use them for fight against you. If you put in that energy against La République, people like Epom, think of all the people the way they fight. Now you know why they did. We know why they do these things. They did do them because of ego. They did do them. Plenty of people in the way they be join the revolution. They don't be certain, say the thing will be victorious. So some of them be join with different motive. Now they don't see and say. The revolution don't go through a dimension where, oh, none of them they in control. Male Bala, when Bala be start fight, I wanna hear all chances in those days of lawyers. It be the talk with some power against La République. But Bala stop for talk so once he says no be again in control. As a matter of fact, if you see all Bala action now, it is fight against the victory of Ambazonia because no be they in control. Now the sad thing that imagine somebody like Bala where he know the history of Ambazonia. He know the history of the British Southern Cameroons. He know the pain and the plight of the people. He know the true story and the pains of the people. Where he they in a position where if he articulate to the international communities more about the pains and the plight of the people. But simply because he know they in a position of influence where he know the control. He feel say if the thing succeed, he no go get fame and glory. So better may fight against the independence. You see, by so doing, those people then they slow down the momentum of our independent train. They slow down the momentum of our independent train. You feel call them like some person write them, Franklin Jume and the rest them. Wait till these people they faith understand and say, even in 100 years to come, they don't kill the spirit of independence. We will get them inside we. And then if you ever get that protection, now personally, by Larry, they talk say they fight for federation or whatsoever. Those see, they lack for understand say, not the way they will do it, they will live in peace with La République. Instead, they don't want help in La République for even say that they fight for federation. They don't want help in La République. They do La République a favor. May I ask you the question? Think very well. Where did they show you so we need La République? Which thing they show you say we need La République for live with La République? We don't need La République. Now for food, we'll not be, food-wise, we'll not be dependent on La République. Now on petrol, we'll not, which would depend on. Why we need La République? We don't need them. We don't need La République. Instead of La République need we. The assurance of victory. When I see all these things where they happen, La République don't come to the realization, say they don't lose and that they lost the war. The international community don't make them clear for them, say they don't win this thing militarily. So, one to fit on and say, La République be willing right now for look for a solution. But they are fearing and say, they will lose Ambazonia. La République be willing for come talk with the Ambazonian people on the table for Swiss. They be willing now, but Their fear now say they no one can talk because Ambazonia stand for separation. And when they come for the international podium and when they talk and the decision be made, it will be difficult for them to change any other thing. I mean, impossible. So inside that uncertainty, they get that, they in that despair, that fear, it make them, they didn't know which step to do. Wait, La Republic be now, listen, they be totally crippled. They be crumbled. They be in big stress. Inside Yaoundé right now, a lot of them no get sleepless. They no fit sleep. Even France. At the time when the inside information want get them. They're in a very disturbing stage. Why? Because of your resilience. And because you don't stand for that way, be correct for the Ambazonian people. So this short message I want to bring up for we, Papa and Mommy there. Taking into consideration all the sacrifice them we don't do for these past years. The number of people where they don't die. The pains. All the hardship we don't endure. All the difficulties we don't go through. And all which who are people, or my them or papa them, they don't go through. I want to tell you, say, no be time this for give up. No be time this for anybody, for any person, for any situation, for any condition, for make you become, weak. Stand firm. Inside Bible, when the children of Israel they leave Egypt, they go reach for Red Sea. Moses, Pharaoh be the come with his soldiers and strong. The people of Israel, they start to shake. They say, oh, we don't die. Oh, wait till what happen. God talked for Moses. Say, stand firm. And Moses make a statement. He tell the people of Israel, say, stand firm. He said, this day you will see the salvation of the Lord. Stand firm and see the might of the Lord. Say, the Egyptians you see today, you shall see no more. Fellow Ambazonians and Papa and Mommy, we don't go through a lot of pains. We don't lose a lot of property. We don't lose a lot of people. Look, start think of those picking the way they be start only for strike. When La Republic they arrest them. Some of them go die inside prison. Some of them. So in fact, you know how many Ambazonians don't die? They don't lose their life. Plenty people will La Republic be carry some chuka inside prison. So one will not even know what's in there. So one and they shoot and kill them. I remember say the mass graves where they be there for inside Boya, for my 16 for Econa, where La Republic soldiers they be the doing. We don't lose a lot of people. Ask yourself this question: will be the loss all this beginning? Now say, more come back and shoot down for a kind of special status with La Republic? No. If we don't fight, can't reach for the level. We don't say La Republic now the back. Now La Republic the back. I want to tell you something. La Republic now the back. The interim government say the one can talk with the interim government, but the back they go talk about everything. They no one talk about separation. They say the back. At the town now, La Republic now the back. The interim government say we back. Listen, if you see La Republic and the and France, they contact the interim government. They beg. They say we back. We want to talk with you now. But we don't want to talk about separation. We want to talk. If we want a two-state federation, we'll be ready for talk. Now, La Republic, the back, the interim government now. So we'll be willing for talk anything. They say, but they don't want to talk about separation. But, they don't lose. And I thank God for the interim government because the interim government say, you call us separatists. Then you don't want to talk about separation. It be dead on arrival. You hear even yesterday as Dr. Sako talk, he make them very clear. So right now, La Republic is hand be tied. And I want to make this message be very clear. When I forget about this internal enablers them. All this one when I see the way they be the trifle. You see, last year, if you look from last year June to this year May, something happened. My explain for Ambazonians there. The two will happen and say there was a strong attack on the interim government. When I remember, firstly, when I can't get the APNC where they can't bring them up. There will be plenty attack on the interim government. The problem, I say, La Republic, the biggest problem and enemy don't always be at the interim government. Say, each nation get a government. And that government, they legitimize that country. It make that country be legitimate. So if the best thing will be happen for we Ambazonia people, so we come out with the ideology of the interim government. And then we implement her. So, when I discuss, whenever we come out with the interim government, it become a big nightmare for La République. La République go gaga. They do everything. They try to quench them. Now, whether they go make the plot, they deceive Ayok Tabe, they catch them. They be the hope say that thing will just die. But because of the resilience of the Ambazonian people, we'll continue. You see, we'll not give up. You see the advantage? Now, La République don't say and say, they feel quench the small groups there. They feel bribe the small groups there. They feel manipulate the small groups them because those groups then be led by individuals. Where if they catch their heads them, they don't catch them. But now, the interim government, the root of the interim government don't go so much. You get the country and the counties and the LGAs. It could be if you deceive one county, you don't feel deceive the other 12. You feel struggle manipulate one county, but you don't feel manipulate all the 13 counties. You feel deceive one person inside the interim government. But you know if you deceive all the others and go down to the counties because now the revolution don't sink inside the roots through the county, deep into the people. Where they make even some money where they for village, where they pay money for the LGA. He knows he to get a voice for decide. So it be difficult for you to bribe all them. If you go bribe one man for IG, if you bribe 2 people, but you know if you bribe all the county chairs, the LGHs, go down deep. So it don't make now the revolution don't get a solid root. When I don't discuss and say, now it don't get a solid root, it become clear for La République saying a difficult thing, so this thing be dangerous. La République start fight the institution of the IG, of the interim government, of the Ambazonia people. Their fight now become a fight for people. You see, La République, their fight for this past year, 1 year, it never been against individuals. It don't been against the institution. Now, by the way, they fight the IG. They even you don't see people on the country say the ideology of the IG was a bad thing. The ideology of the IG was this. The interim government was bad. Was this? You know why? Not because say the ideology of the IG be bad. Now because say the one spoil that institution. See, you go see some people they try to attack Dr. Sako. They want put all on Chris Anu. They don't want attack them. They put all kind negative tag on them. They the aim say. When they attack them, they blackmail them. Just like I see this one at the right here, Noel Fund. You guys say Chief Sako. Sako Chief UAT. Sako Chief UAT. Okay, more assume say Sako na Chief man. As you try to talk him now. Because you don't even justify what you try to talk. But even for assume say Sako na Chief man. Now, what you get for understand and say, Sako, no get the institution of the interim government. No be he. So the target of La République now the institution of Ambazonia. La République no say if he crush down the institutions, Ambazonia no go get anything to represent it at the international level. Listen, Ayabacho no if you go talk in the name of Ambazonians. If you look yourself like a group, you see, or Bo Herbert, no if you go stand for represent the whole of them. No. Now whatever they know, even the international community, they know who stand, who the control ground zero. Listen, when the interim government make something, okay, now for instance, when I see what happened for Muyoka, United Nations, the demand say the interim government get to make a speech. They don't ask say, may Ayabacho make speech. United Nations, they don't talk say, may Ayabacho make speech about the thing. They don't talk say, may Akwanga talk about the thing. They know Akwanga. They know Ayabacho. They know these different groups there. But United Nations right for the interim government. Indirectly, they recognize that institution of the interim government, of the people. The same way the interim government make a speech. So, in other words, the United Nations, they already identify that the interim government, Dr. Sako and the interim government, they are the ones representing the people. You see, United Nations, when they want to talk about this thing for Ambazonia, they talk about it. Who did they talk with? They did go now. They did seek audience from Dr. Sako, the interim government. Because now the institution that of the people, the institution where the people stand behind. Because they don't see and say, these people are, look, Dr. Sako say made them under the interim government. It say made the do Amba World Draft, all Ambazonia, the whole world shake. All man come out, me they come out for village. Look, me, Mr. Nanchop, my phone they ring here every day. Papa they call for left and right, all man one draft. Even the international community should not look and they say, yes, they know who controls the land, who controls the people. They know and they regard the institution of the Ambazonia people. They know so that the IG, the interim government. Why? All the way this man they do for prison, His Excellency Ayuk Tabe Julius, what they do, all these things the way they do, why they say the international community never give relevance and attention? They never endorse them. Because they know who is in control. They know who get the power. They know who the people that they follow. They know the... Look, international community, they know how things work. They know, say, this two way like Republic, they try to manipulate them. It don't make no sense. They say they know. So this game where like Republic, they try to say, one go talk with the prisoners there or whatever. It don't make sense. The international community be 100% aware. Now, by the way, you see, La Republic play other game. You hear the international community even respond to that. They don't respond. But Dr. Sako come out, he give the Amber World Drive, the whole world shake. The whole, I say even president that they call it, other presidents of other nations. I don't call names. President of other countries that they call. His Excellency Dr. Sako. That they call he. Say hello, say. They seek or the United Nations. When the one talking about it, they call now Dr. Sako. They need to go. They need to care about all these group owners there. Because they know who and where the power they. Why? I don't want to talk about Dr. Sako. They talk about the institution of the Ambazonia people who they respect them. Because they know say the counties and the LGAs and the countries they be under the umbrella of the IG. And the international community, they respect institutions there. They respect institutions there. You see. So this one is showing why La République said because they know the game. They get people where they advise them. France, they advise them. They get people where they support them. They don't tell them, say, this is what they do. When they waste on the time. When I get for attack that institution, the interim government. So now what do you see for the past 1 year? La République lavish a strong launch of attack against the interim government. They launch a strong attack. And the best way they defeat Duam, that's what it is. They begin for attack the leadership. They begin for attack the people in control. They begin for make sure say the people they lost relevance. I mean people they lost trust for that institution. Now why do you see things them like people that come up, they say the idea of the interim government was a wrong thing. The people like Weber, they can't say the idea of the interim government was a wrong thing. But that very Weber, he na Ayok Tabe, he own Kondingi Mafia Group Vice President Yerima. They will work together. So imagine, Weber, they can't say the idea of the interim government was a wrong thing, but he did with the Vice President for the Kondingi interim government. They will work together. So what will be their ideology? Truly, if you say the idea of the interim or forgetting the government be a wrong thing, why be careful to work in Yerima? Because Yerima claims to be a vice president of a government. No. The problem was not that the government. The problem was they wanted to fight against the institution, the people's IG. Their target now for say, you know, one of the ways we want to change narrative, the information. When you give people them a manipulative information, it affects their brain. It affects their way of thinking. Then you can come in now to manipulate them and pull them to the wrong direction. You see. Then you see, person like Mark Barata can talk. He talks, will be life owner. That idea for government, but then a bad thing will be life. Now Mark Barata, but he talks so he make all those speech and utterances, and after that, he says self they if for that he still support Ayok Tabe. He say His Excellency Ayok Tabe. Okay. If you call Ayok Tabe say president for what? A president without a country. No, now a president for a country where you get a government. If you call it say president, I mean say he be president for a country. I mean say that country, I mean, one of the emblems of a country. No, one of the institutions of not a government. So you look at in a bigger picture. See, this guy then, they get a private agenda. La République be invest a lot because their hope within us, if they quench down the people's interim government, if they fit destroy the trust of that institution, if they fit bring down that institution, they by some means they will get a degree of control. Now why do you say person like Makongo, David Makongo, you say because sometimes he want to become a president, he want contest for presidency. That very David Makongo way, if you look, it be very contradictory. If they're against the government, person way would say they're against the government, the formation of a government, but he want contest for presidency. Just imagine, it doesn't make any sense. David Makongo go to say they're against the formation of a government, but Naib want go contest for become a president of the government. Why? Why? Ask yourself the question, Papa and Mommy. Why? David Makongo, he claims say no, he against the formation of a government, but he want go contest for presidency, for become a president of Ambazonia. So the ideology within us, I don't want to say people like David Makongo them. They just been an opportunist them for this revolution, for this were independent quest. David Makongo, thief man. When he thief money for Cameroon, like Republic of Cameroon, he run. He's still there unwanted. And a person where he communicate. Now, I want shock now. You know, say David Makongo don't communicate with this interim government. He even try to talk for the interim government, say, may they lost hope for independence. May they try to see how they fit join with the Camto for make a kind of coalition for fight against Pobia. Yeah, which way David Makongo, he open up the talk for the interim government. Say, he go prefer say, may they join Camto, may they fight against Pobia. Imagine. Now, for Ambazonians, the way if they be blind, imagine so when I go give David Makongo the mandate for lead Ambazonians there. As some people, they still be blind today. They still hear Makongo, they follow you. You don't ever see Makongo carry Ambazonian flag. You don't ever see her. No. Imagine say, we go make that kind of mistake. If we go give David Makongo the trust or that mandate for rule Ambazonia, you know what if we do? If we just pull we towards Camto, if we say if we go bounce now for the spatial status, where La Republic we don't mastermind them. For the 1 year, La Republic don't fight hard for solidify their ideology behind the spatial status. There be the hope so when they will talk, say they will give the special status, the interim government will become softened. They will say, okay, the Republic is willing now to give us special status. Let's go and talk. There be the hope. They don't be ever telling the content for that special status, right? They don't be telling us, say they don't try to talk with Makongo. Maybe Makongo try to talk with the interim government. So that made the interim government try to come make up a coalition with Camto. They don't be telling us, say, Camto tried the same thing with Ayok Tabe. As a matter of fact, the plan with Camto be go prison, that was a big plan. That prison where Camto be go, that big plan from France. Ma tell you the second one, I don't know, Papa, Mami them. That's where Camto be go for prison. It be then a big plan because Camto go for prison, go make all those kind of, if one go like a suffering person too, it will make an affiliation with Ayok Tabe, build a kind of trust and confidence with Ayok Tabe. It be then a match. If Camto be succeed, for say, and if Ambazonians will not be wise up for say they impeach Ayok Tabe, if Camto be succeed, that's how we there for prison, for make a coalition with Ayok Tabe, and if he confirm and for France, say, of truth, he get the assurance for Ayok Tabe, say, they will talk towards a one Cameroon and a unitary state and the form of the state. If Camto be succeed for do that thing, that way there for prison, I swear to you, Camto for the president today for La Republique du Cameroon, it was a coup. That's the way Camto be go for prison. Now France be orchestrate them. Now France be plan them. Because, and they be give Camto say a chance that if he will succeed for convince the separatist leaders and for prison, may they be in one tone with he. So much so if he get them on his side, where they feel give a better structure, like they will talk about the structure of the form of the state, then France will give Camto the power. You will see France will move Pobia by any means for power and for give Camto that power. Because now Camto now for if we use that as a base and a connection we don't make Ayok Tabe for successfully bring back the peace and some order for the country. But you know what says it bounce? When Camto go for prison, he tried to work on this. Ambazonia people, them, when the thing came out, when the whistle, they blow him out, and the Ambazonia people, them, they impeach Ayok Tabe. It be then a strong political move where he showed the world something, and he strike Camto. We don't know how powerful that particular action be there. It be broke the bone for La République back, for France back. Listen, this thing this way, France they up La République there. You see, now France, they control La République, they under, they only follow. So once Ambazonians, they take that move against against Camto, it make La République and France, France, the plan be broke. It be broke. Immediately after that, they talk about the national dialogue. They come now, they use the strategy, so they will try to bring in the ideology of the national dialogue and the benefits. They say, okay, may they give them a special status. They be the hope, say, it will soften the minds of the Ambazonian people so that they will accept them. You see, so now on the other hand, as Ambazonians, they don't yield to that. The interim government, the institution. I'm not telling us something about the interim government. You see, it will be impossible for the interim government to die. You know why? Because for you to kill the interim government, you get to make sure, say, you go inside FACO, you kill the 5 LGAs them. You get to make sure you kill everybody inside the LGA where you make the FACO county. Their spirit and their desire for independence. Then you get to go for Libya land. You kill all, you get to go for all the 13 counties. You succeed to demoralize all the LGAs. You demoralize all the 13 counties. Then you come now for the level of the interim government and the act. You demoralize everybody. You see, it's a very difficult and impossible task. So with that, it be difficult. It don't make La République right now. They don't say it be difficult. Now, why don't La République beg the interim government? I want to tell you what you want to know. I give you information. I'll be free for telling I do one now. Because it become La République the beg the interim government say, who beg. Now La République the beg so that they say who beg. Anything we talk we go want we go accept. They say, even if we talk now, so we want be na Anglophone be president for the next 20 years, we will accept. France now be willing. See, even if France be willing now for talk say, if you talk say, oh, one day for the next 50 years now Anglophone man go be president, they be willing because they know one will separate. They be willing for do anything. Even if we tell them now say, may they can't liquid food them, I swear to you, France go do one with La République. They be willing because they know one separation. They fear separation. I did tell them the information them. I don't want to give them the assurance of our victory. But their biggest suffer and problem, I say, the interim government stand firm on independence. The interim government stand firm. The interim government not tell them, as a matter of fact, say, we don't call it so be separatist. So, we separatist, we want to talk not only about separation. You know, if you call it separatist, then you want to talk about federation. So, if you want to talk about federation, go talk with people in a way, they be your people for your country. We will be separatists. We want to talk only about separation. So, they still don't hold La République for neck. They think the whole La République for canas. They don't know because they know say people want to know about separation. So it don't bad for La République. They want again a big assurance for the victory we will get and with the Ambazonian people. La République don't lost everything. You see, they play the delay tactics now. But the international pressure, they increase. My turn is to La République. La République, they play these delay tactics. They don't want to play delay tactics. And the international pressure, they increase on them. You see, now the one hope say 3 things. If the fish send back the chiefs there, my disgrace La République small. Now give me 2 minutes, I can't round up. My disgrace La République. La République, their plan, you've been to say, if the fish send back the refugees them, if the fish succeed for go convince Nigeria, may start send back the refugees there. Once the refugees that they come, they will tell the international community to see everything is okay. The refugees are coming back home. So they get failure in Congo, Nambere, and the rest of them for Nigeria. They get a gang where they try to use them to manipulate the Nigerian government and the refugees them. For say if you bring them back home, for can't tell them say, now listen, hey, the people are coming back home, everything is okay. That was their first plan. In addition to that, their second plan be they say, once they start get the refugees them, they come back home. They would send the chiefs them back. They send the chiefs then go back home. The chiefs that will go back now, they will tell the international communities to see. The chiefs that they go back, the refugees that they come back, everything is okay. And then the next plan, I say, may they kill the fighters them. May they fight the fighters and they kill them. They destroy them. So now, you see this brutal killing, they will come now, they will take those Amber boys and when they don't put them for DDL, they see, they show, parade them on a video, say, the Ambazonia fighters and they don't give up, so everything they find. This was the plan, and this is the plan of La République du Cameroon. So we see the war at 3 fronts. Then, another thing I forgot to talk about or to make mention of is that they are fighting to see that in this September, schools should resume in Ambazonia. That's their plan. Because they will tell the international community, hey, listen, the schools have resumed. The chiefs are back in their chiefdom and in their chiefdoms and kingdoms. The refugees are coming back. There is no need for us to go and talk with those people. We've killed those people. See, those separatists, we've killed them. Look at what they were doing. They were committing atrocities. They were committing havoc. We've killed them. Now, everything is fine. So, they will present this image to the international community. And then, there will be no need again for the Swiss talks. They will say everything is okay. They want to use this camouflaging image to deceive the world. But the Ambazonian people who don't wise. And I want to assure you, say, we'll get the victory. The victory day on our side. We'll stand firm. We'll stand resilient. And we'll never shake. So the team don't demoralize La République. Right now, La République don't know what to do again. See their country. Look at their economic capital, Douala. Even road for airport, broke, don't spoil. Look at their country. Please click on the share button. I'm rounding up, but click on the share button. Let somebody get this message. I'm talking about the assurance of our victory over La République du Cameroon, over desperate La République. I just come up this evening for make this short show, for me come on and see these desperate actions for La République. And I want to assure the Ambazonia people the thing with me I know where they happen now for background, and the things where they happen for background. I want to assure Papa and Mommy would they at the verge of victory. You know, say, some person talk, say, the darkest hour of the night, it always come shortly before day dawn. Day one break. You see all these brutal killings, you see all these hard things they would go through right now. I don't tell you, I say, this one a war of endurance. He that endure to the end, La République no fit endure again. La République don't finish. La République cannot endure again. La République no fit endure the war for the next while. They no fit. They not get the economical power. They not get the manpower. They not get the soldiers' power. You know, since now, so if you look and find, La République they recruit now young boys there, picking them 16 years, 15 years. Look and find. Look, La République, their soldiers them now 14, 15, 16, 17, young picking them. Where they never even strong. Because they don't get the manpower, they don't get the soldiers again. Economically, they don't get the finance again. Mentally, they don't even get the ability again for reason well. So La République be totally crumbled, Papa and Mommy. And no say sometimes when we see which way they happen, we see the pains, we see these things, it be heartbroken. You know, today, I want to use this opportunity for sending very big greetings for my Alice. I hope so you go watch my show where I meet up with you today when I will take my bicycle ride. Yes, I will take my bicycle ride, and when I stand for red light, so mommy just come out, my beautiful Ambazonia mommy, I never ever see. He just see me say, hey, Clovis Nanchop, you hold me for day. Story. I see how my mommy cry for what? He cried. Big mommy, if he watch me now, someone I feel know he cried. He touched my heart. For see the elderly generation, which way they don't suffer. The mommy don't go enter prison for La République only because he be Ambazonia. As he tell me. When I see things like this, now the few them this will know their stories. What about the one the way who don't know their story, where they never talk their story? We get brothers and sisters they inside prison since 2017. Papa and mommy them. We get picking away their only crime and say they will go stand for road. They say no violence, no violence, no violence. La République can pick them, go put them for prison. Where they be the only cry, say no violence. We get people the way they don't can cry, they say they want peace, they want school, they want good things, they did for prison up to today. So when they don't die, only because they go stand for road, they cry, say no violence, no violence. You remember those students where they pick them for Boya, for Limbe, they put them for pick up them, they go take them, go Yaoundé, Woosa Dende. All those students where they take them with Ibala, they go for Yaoundé. All those boys where they capture them for Bamenda, they go for Yaoundé. Most of them don't die. Some them, so you think they be die. Now some who can't take special status for La Republique. Then be die. Now some who can't should not do with La Republique. Will they talk on form of the state? No. 1,000 times no. Listen, fellow Ambazonians, fans and friends of Mr. Nanchop, we don't come a long way for go back. Now whatever I sorry all these internal enablers them, we don't come a long way. We get so many untold stories the way people then the way they will write their stories not only for book because time not will be for them to tell them. You see. So we don't really come a long way. We don't come 85% for this fight. For give up now or for relent our effort now, it means that everything don't go on waste. And it will take time for another generation. We can't pay the same price. Another bloody price again like this. So we cannot give up. You and me will not give up. We must fight. We must remain on the side of victory. See, all this thing with Ayok Tabe and La Republique, they try to do with Ayok Tabe, they try to do with all these internal enablers. See, we're not going to generalize this one and no our brothers, no our papa them. But we will tell La Republique, say, you cannot use the old games you used to use to win us today. La Republique not use the old tactics so that we use them for the 60s and the 70s and the 80s for the 21st century. It no go work. Even if you do watch football, the way with the rules and regulations for football for 1970 something, 1980 something, it don't change. Most of those rules will not be modernized today. You know if you use the same rules them today. So the game plan don't change. I want to assure you with watch me right now. Say, La Republique is target na your resilience. La Republique is target na the institution where you support them, the interim government of the people. Your county by county, now La Republique is target that. Because if they succeed to break that down, they don't get which way they want them. As of now, all other groups they want know. They don't fall in for La Republique plan. When I hear John Ba Akoko, we can't talk say, it be shock for years. Say some group leaders them that they go talk with La Republique, they ask La Republique, say what they will get for position, what they will get for this. Some of those things are not true. Because the independent groups them, they don't fall for La Republique mafia. But your institution, your county, your LGA, your interim government, it don't be like the only strong pillar where it don't make now even the international community because they want a solution to the problem. They talk now with the interim government. They ask now the interim government say, what is the way forward? What is the way forward? I want to tell now, La Republique debate with the interim government. Yes. They don't go can't talk they cannot in the public. And if they like them, may they go take their camouflage, they take their pride. You know, they say pride comes before a fall, right? Which I go assure you say, you must support your institutions. Stand for that which is right. We'll not get for give up now. See, if you want the suicide mission, if you commit now suicide mission, now for do it, for start fight against our own institution, them and ourselves there. You see, like the ABC Amba TV, it don't be a strong institution where it channel message even for Mami them for village. La Republique they fight hard against that kind of thing there. Against the against this was state-owned institution the way it make you become legitimate out there. You just America them inside America they won't give ABC Amba TV that status 501. See, you just not by joke. Now indirectly they already endorse our institutions them. Na small. They think na small. You know, the time they don't be the green for call we Ambazonians, but now that they call we even La Republique they accept that they use the word Ambazonians. You know, the time they inside La Republique even for talk about federation be like taboo. But now that they beg for talk about federation. Not then they beg. They say they beg more talk about federation. They be willing any kind of federation want and they want give they want them. But we don't tell them so we're there for independence. You see. The thing is now small. I will get for continue steadfastly for do what will they do it correct. La Republique, they fear the interim government. You see, like the war draft with the interim government bring up. It don't change the dynamics of the game for the international level. La Republique fear and it's fear because now they know very well say if you don't pledge for your war draft, if you pay the money, if you commit, and if the Ambazonia people, they commit for this world draft, they pay the money, they know very well, say, the Ambazonia people that for ground, they will get more materials than for find them. And we're not going to make it easy for them. Okay, imagine, we never ever raise the kind of money we raise for world draft in the past. Just the small money they raise for my trip to be where it bring too much talk. And before, now small county, then they take money, they give them for 5,000. When they contribute small, so one will contribute 5,000, 6,000. But now, look at the level when I contribute for the world draft, where only Mezam alone, it raised almost my trip to be $700,000. Only Mezam. That's a message. That's a strong message. If La Republic, no, if you don't be able for Queen Shui up to now, we'll not be get this financial stability, this financial support. We'll not be get this massive financial contribution. You just see that now with this massive financial contribution they come in, they will be able for fight. They say they know their money don't finish, their economy don't die, their country they go into the rot. So there is no way they know say they fit continue this war in the next 1 year. And then they want to see, would the war draft again? Would it increase the heat? Oh, La Republique go tell France, no, we go go talk. La Republique, France be tell La Republique, say no, no go talk. No, they go beg France. They say, no, I beg. We no go fit. Because France, they always look at interest. I tell you what France be do. France don't look at. When La Republique want go fight, France will say, okay, we'll go borrow you money, but you go take and so we'll pick interest, we'll go do this. It give them first time. Second time, France give them money, it do. So France only give them money, but it make La Republique, they take the money for in-depth La Republique. That means for weaken the economy for La Republique. So La Republique now, they don't do them, they fight, they do them, they fight. They don't get rich now for a point, they look and say, France, they use them. They borrow the money for go fight a war where France knows they don't go win the war. Because France want highly in debt them for continue to make their debt increase. So La Republique are rich now for one point, they say, no, we'll not go take debt again. We want go talk. It be, you see, they don't accept now, say, it better me to go talk. They beg now the interim government, so we beg, we want talk. We beg, we want talk. So now, France now, you know, so they will always fight for their interests. French will always fight for their interests. On the other hand, La Republique, they always do want to fight for interest. But it fight on many fronts. It want to fight the Ambazonia people, it want to fight Camto, it want to fight for internal economy. It want to fight now for domestic stability. It want to fight for maintain a positive image also at the international community. It want to fight for deceive the international community. It want to fight for please France. So La Republique alone is itself it already crazy because it get plenty internal battles for fighter. You see, for me, for round up this topic today, now don't forget, we don't talk about the assurance of the victory of Ambazonia over desperate La Republique. Before I round up, I want to take 2 or 3 questions. Any topic they want to or any question they for this we don't just talk about. We not go want them for talker or for asker. Maybe some person post them for comment. Or if you call, when I get my Amber voice number, the phone day here with me. So I will just make sure say now already 12:30 my time this. Actually, I be planning to make this show maybe not only a 30-minute show, but it don't can be now more than 1 hour, I think. But I want to take some 1 or 2 questions then, or anybody will get a contribution if you call before we close the show. So when I see, as I tell when I say I decide to make the show today now. Not before my office, not before from my home office, not before inside my studio, because I just say my decide to make a maybe a kind of fast. So if anybody want call for contribute anything, may call. If not, I will be happy for take 1 or 2 questions. Okay, I see Ngabulov says the content was well loaded. Thank you, that's wonderful. I see. Okay, I see Anago says, why are you not on ABC? I'm not going to answer that question. I see Akwai Love. Okay, ma, take this one. Divan Ebot says, what happens with the internal enablers after victory? Sir? That's a good question. What will happen with the internal enablers after victory? The point is, you see, what should the internal enablers they do? Okay, I get my friend where they call me from Philippines. I'll pick a corner connected. Now, what should the internal enablers they do? Ma, tell something. The internal enablers, they already kill themselves. Because as they take money for La Republic, say the one perform, the one fight against Ambazonia. The truth we go be and say, once they know if it perform, La Republic will kill them. And the Ambazonia people, now two way, either Karma will follow them, kill them, or La Republic kill them. Because the Ambazonia people now, for instance, person like Philion Congo, Chief, just hold on, I just finish the topic. Philion Congo, where he don't go to do all the kind of thing. You just see, he will ever step a foot inside Ambazonia. Live in peace. I mean, so when you go live to you, also to you sleep in a sick bed for OH, you die. You die in peace. They give you a befitting burial. You just say, will ever get that kind of treatment from Amazonians? No. 1,000 times no. And he be bound for fail because with the way this say, he don't fail. Even the plan when they be planned for against the refugee, them, he don't fail. So, as a result, La Republic will kill it. He said we should also, he will see if he heart attack, Jokashi, he die. So those internal enablers, they should not say they could die. And all of the way that they go take blood money for La Republic. Blood money get power. See what happen for Epom. Epom will be the top you all would clap for ye. I'm not going to deny the truth. Would it say, yes. Look what happened for Mark Barata. See how the young boy, they don't just craze because of blood money. They're inside their mind, they be think say, oh, we'll just take the money, we'll take the money, we'll still the talk for Ambazonia. After all, we'll change what talk. That's what they were thinking. When La Republic contact them, I want to understand, La Republic didn't contact even some of us. They say how much you want, they tell you how much they will give me, you not talk again. And if you be that kind of person, you be weak-minded. You go to say, okay, me, you go take the money. After all, you take a taxpayer's money, but now blood money. People don't die. As you touch the money, bam, you are doomed. So I get the call on the line. More here to do our patron get for Terry. Hello, sir. Welcome to Amber Voice.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Paul, hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nanchop, for this powerful message you delivered at this hour of the night. One, thank you for all this your intelligence. Your sense where you get them today for this revolution. It is you go take some BB library, they read people their mind and other things. I want to appreciate you for that one first. Then, as you don't talk, I want beg you come for this your platform because Ambazonia for their platform this. The matter where La Republic they enter, it kill what people them so. They never ever mistake for one day from Ekelewinde to Benin to any place. They never ever made mistake one day. They kill one francophone man. They kill not only Ambazonian. So as they don't confuse for their camp, they don't confuse for their country, they owe debt for Pobia, they owe debt for France, they owe debt for Camto, all that their own problem that they did. May we go back with the old policy. May they start drive this francophone them. Make francophone they go back. It go to one of the biggest in that way. It make them they confused. Now we don't get money for draft. When one of the highest fundraiser I would ever get, and since this struggle start, because when this struggle be there, people they contribute from their individual pocket. But now we don't get money in huge amount in all counties. At least each county gets some money where no other county we never ever get them before or assemble together. So make we go back. We beg our restoration fighters and may they go for these various quarters. They start drive this francophone them. If the francophone they do, they pick their bag, they run because they were fighters, they chase them. They how La Republic a terrorist soldier, they chase our people. It will change that narrative very fast so that we will go for that negotiation table. People don't kill our people enough. So at the one beg say for your platform, if you come again, you remind even the other platform them, the Joshua Carr them, Tony Long them, this Caroline Mala, all these real activists, not those fake activists that don't chop that blood money. May they start preach that story for say, may La Republic citizens they go back. When they start put them that pressure, some of them start pick their bag. Don't they rent house? May they go. Don't they get houses? May they abandon and they leave them. Because these people they need to live for a place before we will get good. That's the way the international community go see and say this fight don't reach our level where these people know they need to go back again. They go push our struggle in front. That's what I'm saying. I just try for put down for your head. If you get chance, we can start come back for this palaver. Say, may La Republic go back. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you,
God bless you.
Yes, thank you. Wonderful. Yes, that was call I don't call. You don't talk fine. That was boy I don't talk a lot of things there. And I support that point. Yes, I try to get some other comments. I don't know. Okay, I don't see no more questions. So my country people them, Since we're not getting no more caller again, I will try for round up now for here. I think when this one began, just a very spontaneous show. You see, I did in a very casual way from my house. Late night now, past 12. So I want to thank Una. I want just thank Una, say Una join me for the show, and make Una share this message. Please, when I click for the share button, we get at least 400 people ready to watch with today live for Facebook. So when I click for the share button, auf Wiedersehen, Vivian. Dankeschön. Thank you. John Maggie said the show was very powerful. That's wonderful. I'm glad you were blessed. And please, if all I dinner was taking about 350 people, if all if you click on the share button now, if you click for the share button now, I want to see at least 350 shares. May all just click and share this message now. May it go viral, may it go wide, and more people they get the assurance. You see, when you do anything and you get hope for the victory at the end or of a positive result, you'll continue to do it. I bring this message today because I feel it be very necessary for one to know say we're on a victory point. Because most of the information we get for here, plenty of one don't know. When I don't know say like Republic the back we for the one can't talk. You see, people they be there against the Swiss stocks, they don't know these things because they just can't run their mouth. They talk. They don't know say like Republic the back the interim government now for can't. They say the one can't talk, but the one beg say the more no talk about separation. You see, so all you see at the end of the day, all those who they be there against the Swiss stocks, they will really support the La Republic private agenda. Now, what I was trying to say, they were working for La Republic to Cameroon. Any man for the revolution, and this one is my final statement, we don't ever talk against the Swiss talks. Now, an agent of La Republic, write that down. Write it down. Put it there, Mr. Nanchop, put the date. Any man for the revolution, we don't ever hear him, mommy, papa, now me, Mr. Nanchop, you are picking the talker. If you don't ever hear any activist, any person, he ever talk against the Swiss talk, just know say that person they work with La Republic. Now, agent of La Republic. Now, all that I will talk for today. In the next days, I will come up with more powerful shows there. And we'll not forget, we'll do a drafting now for the ABC Amber TV. Of course, I want to use this one for challenge all one of my fans. I want for this platform for Mr. Nanchop, may we support ABC with $1,000. With $1,000. I don't want to force anybody. But if you watch me right now, and you be my fan, you be Mr. Nanchop a fan for this platform, and you want me to support ABC, you want me, now we go support ABC in the name of Mr. Nanchop with $1,000. I want you write me after this, you get my number. When I get my number for my shows then, write me for WhatsApp, tell me how much you will contribute. I want me to join the money, so that on Sunday, we'll go all of us for ABC, we'll contribute, we'll give them at least $1,000 from this platform, Mr. Nanchop. We'll support them. Now, our state property are all of us now Ambazonians. I'll be happy with the presentation with Secretary Chris and the president they make yesterday. It gives you an image of how much they don't fight for saying this institution can stand. Now, our first state-owned property, and we must support them all we. So I want to challenge you to watch me right now. So all when I wear the soon, the mark when I name them Mr. Divan, Mr. John, Chrysanthus, all when yes, Ngabulov, all when everybody, how when write me. Just even here you can write the how much you want give, how much you want contribute. I want you write them now. If you still watch, you do for this watch. Write how much you want contribute. Because if a person if give 20, do want give 50, do want give 100, if we join them at the end of the day, we'll make a sum. We will give them for ABC from this platform. So Ambalanda says $10 each. No, and one will make up a month. The one is just in a one-time payment we will do for the platform. It will be a one-time payment. And okay, I see Mr. Bernard Mba say he give $50. That's wonderful. Wonderful. I see Bernard Mba they give $50 already. That's wonderful. So wait till now say when I don't see me I need to collect money. I did talk so because what when I do I will talk for Secretary Chris. Acquire LGA say they give $100. Powerful. Which I'll do now say, I go talk for Secretary Chris. Now, if you want, I may give with their PayPal. We'll go make sure say, whether you get $250, you see, Asongani, Francoline Asongani, they give you $100. Bernard Mba, they give 50. I see Akoya LGA, they give 50. That's already $250, you see. So Sammy White, they already give $100. That's $350. Please, I beg for that. As soon as I write someone, write me privately a message from my Facebook page or for WhatsApp. If you write me for Facebook, more will send on the link. So you're making the payment into the ABC account. You put and they say Mr. Nanchop. You're making the payment, you put it in Mr. Nanchop. So that we'll raise the money, we'll support ABC. You see. The most important thing as well is would make the enemy make shame. People really don't want the ABC for stand made a shame. So I thank you so much. I say Vivian Abejo say we give $250. That's 350 plus 250. Me 250 plus 350. That's $600. We don't get right now. We don't get already $600. I see Atali Dixon says it did it for $100. That's $700. We already get $700 right now. I want to make them at least $1,000. $1,000. May we will support the ABC Amber TV. We will support them. And also most of you now watch the show later. If you watch them later, write me. So we already get now $700 for ABC Amber TV. So please, we go for maintaining the spirit. I know I'm really keeping along. And also most of them that watch me from Central Europe, and it already be middle night from a time. This is almost 1 a.m. in the morning, in the night, while they make the show. You see. So I know Anna Takuya Safi raised $5,000, and that's possible. You see, we already get 700 right now. So I beg for now. And also some of you will come watch the show later. Please, no relent your effort. Let's do something tangible. Of course, if you raise the 5,000, we'll give ABC, we'll support ABC with 5,000. It could be wonderful. They will pay at least a month pay for that. It'd be wonderful. So make this platform stand. If you love this platform, you love what you Mr. Nanchop they do, you love my message, then the time the way I need your help. You know me, I need to ask money. I need to give you any payment details. So you need to pay for me. You pay for the ABC account. I will give me a pay in. You put and they say Mr. Nanchop. Mr. Nanchop. You see, I thank you so much who want to join me for this show for today evening or for this early morning. Papa, I'm made them na bear bro on a picking with the call and say, Mr. Nanchop, will stand. Where I get a cash app, we get a cash app. The children say I don't always like for collect money directly, you know, or else I think another two officials do for this particular purpose. I think put in the now wait you go be and say we'll put in the cash app. No, I think say for the purpose we'll do and so we'll put in the cash app. They will pay in the money. I think I'll talk with Secretary Chris after this for know how we do them the best way, you know. I'll talk with Secretary Chris for see how we do them. So maybe we'll pay them directly with the ABC account or we'll pay them for the cash app where I'll put them from a wall. But anyhow, if you need payment assistance, you want put in anything, even at $10, you know, be some more. Even at $100, please put in something. May we give it to the ABC. I thank you so much. Okay, I say, and now we say put it out. But I'll put the cash up. I'll talk with Secretary Chris. I want to make sure I talk with the ABC Amber team for get their payment details, and I'll put them out there. So please, if you write me a private message, contact me on WhatsApp, contact us on Facebook. I get many admins them where they control my page, you know. And one of them now our great queen, Kemi Queen, it will control the page. So if you write, if you read some of the messages, if you need payment help, if you give you the payment information too for ABC. So please, I thank you now. I will leave on that this evening. And okay, I see another person. G Elvis says he giving $50. Wow, the money that they come in. Let's say I don't go stop. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Dixon. Mr. Dixon says he will pay. He said in the PayPal account of ABC, he will pay instantly. That's great. You know what? Must travel see what I Secretary Chris will send me that this thing. Must travel talk with them. If Secretary Chris if you send it for me, I know say he go. I don't know what I Java of it. You know, I don't know what I try. I can't say so. Okay. You know, which then I say, ma just write it, may send me the paper account. Okay. Great. I don't like such a Chris. When once you send me the payment details for ABC, I will put them for my wall. For all now when I make when I pledges, when I pay directly. Also, if you write me privately, try to write me a message if you want to pay in something in the name of Amber Voice. Write me privately. So that he always send you a private message. Thank you so much. I will leave it now. I need to go take some rest, and I want to wish you a nice afternoon, nice morning, nice evening. Bye bye. See you guys in the next days. Cheers.